They removed 200,000 tons of rock, maybe more, and nobody left behind a single record explaining how. The Kailasa Temple sits inside a volcanic cliff in Maharashtra, India. It was not built upward from the ground. It was carved downward from the top of a basalt ridge, chiseled out as a single continuous object. Every pillar, every tower, every sculpted elephant along its base. All of it is one piece of mountain. The structure covers an area larger than the Parthenon in Athens. Its central tower rises 32 meters above the courtyard floor, and the rock that once surrounded it is simply gone. Dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva, Kailasa is the largest monolithic rock-cut temple ever found. Most historians attribute its construction to Rashtrakuta king Krishna I, who ruled in the mid-8th century CE. The temple bears no dedicatory inscription. Later, copper plate inscriptions from successor rulers link its commission to Krishna I, but those documents are not physically attached to the site, and the attribution remains scholarly consensus. That uncertainty is where the real story begins. Here is the first unsettling detail. To carve downward, the sculptors needed to see the finished form before removing the rock around it. There are no known blueprints. No written plans have ever surfaced. The entire three-dimensional layout, precise measurements, internal chambers, carved friezes had to exist first as a mental image, then as coordinated labor on a live cliff. Scholars estimate the carving required at least 2 decades. Some suggest considerably longer. Either way, it demanded spatial planning we struggle to fully reconstruct today. The debris is another problem entirely. 200,000 tons of excavated basalt, some estimates push higher. Where it went remains genuinely unclear. No documented disposal site nearby. No ancient landfill. No record of material transported elsewhere. Archaeologists have studied the surrounding terrain for decades. The evidence remains inconclusive, yet it suggests the workers found an efficient method that left almost no trace. That absence is quietly extraordinary. Every major monolithic construction project in history, from Abu Simbel to Petra, shares one common feature. They all leave rubble. Kailasa does not follow that pattern. Stand back and consider the proportions. The entire complex was carved from a cliff face, measuring roughly 80 meters long and 46 meters wide. The sculptors did not simply hollow out a cave. They removed the surrounding rock and left a freestanding temple inside. Flying galleries, separate shrine pavilions, a 2-story entrance hall, stone bridges connecting isolated towers. All hewn from one geological mass, with a precision that made every cut final. There was no correcting a mistake, no filling back a wrongly removed section. This is where the second chilling realization sets in. The artisans were working backward from a vision of perfection, using iron and stone tools with no mechanical lifting equipment. When you study the carved panels, figures of Shiva and Vishnu, celestial dancers frozen mid-movement, mythological battles spanning full walls, the detail is not decorative excess. It is evidence of absolute confidence. These sculptors were not experimenting. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they never stopped to revise. Scholars have debated whether Krishna I completed the temple within a single reign. Some researchers propose it spanned multiple Rashtrakuta generations. Architectural analysis does suggest incremental additions over time. Yet the core structure, by most accounts, reflects a unified design concept, one guiding vision, directing an operation of staggering complexity across decades. Certain carved panels show iconographic combinations blending regional artistic traditions in unusual ways. Some researchers argue this reflects the multicultural character of the Rashtrakuta court. Others suggest earlier structures may have occupied the site, their visual language absorbed into the new temple. No consensus has formed. The debates continue in archaeological literature, and the images hold their secrets without comment. Then there is the question nobody fully answers. Kailasa was not the only rock-cut structure at Ellora. The site contains 34 caves spanning three religious traditions, Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain, carved across several centuries. None approach Kailasa in scale or ambition. Why this cliff? Why, after the surrounding caves were complete, did one king decide to attempt something exponentially harder? This is the third moment that refuses to resolve. The temple was not built to be convenient. It was built to be overwhelming. The scale suggests a deliberate statement that human hands, guided by devotion, could replicate the mythological home of a god. Whether that ambition came from faith, from political theater, or from something we no longer have a name for, the cliff at Ellora holds that answer carefully. Visitors still walk its courtyard. They look up at the elephants carved into the plinth. They trace the friezes with their eyes. Most ask the same quiet question. Not, how was this built? But why does it feel like it was never meant to be understood from the outside? The mountain was already there. Someone simply decided to reveal what was hidden inside it. What do you think drove them to attempt the impossible? Devotion, ambition, or something else entirely? Leave your theory in the comments.